What's good, YouTube? This is Delteros, and today I'm going to do a bit of a different kind of video. Today I'm going to be talking about why so many of the early Elite Four members used types, or rather, were reported to specialize in types that they barely even used. Take Agatha, for instance. She was supposed to be a ghost type specialist, but in Generation 1, and pretty much every game that they put her in, they don't have any ghost types in the decks, so the only ghost types she has are Haunter and Gengar, which are, thanks to the rest of her team, that makes her closer to being a poison type specialist, but somehow she's listed as a ghost type specialist. Why is that? Like, why not just either put some more ghost type moves in the game so she can actually use the type effectively, or B, label her as a poison type specialist? I think the reason why they didn't want to label her as a poison type specialist is because she already would have had overlap with Koga, but it's very obvious that's what she was supposed to be. Now, moving on to another pretty egregious one, in my opinion, because not only did Lance have Mons that were not Dragon on his team, but he had three severely underleveled Dragonites and was called a Dragon type specialist. Like, I get that most of his team consists of dragons. That's only because they literally had to underlevel his Dragonites to make them happen. Well, I think that, yeah, this is uh, where is this from? Oh, this is not from the first battle. This is not from the red and blue battle. His red and blue team is like two Dragonair, a Gyarados, an Aerodactyl, and a Dragonite. Okay. Now, this may be headcanon, there may be some evidence to support it, but I fully believe Gyarados was originally going to be a water dragon type, and then they figured out that that's a broken typing. So they decided not to break Gyarados any harder than it already was. But yeah, um, Lance is a bad dragon trainer. He never actually has a full dragon team except maybe in black and white. But yeah. Then there's Bruno. Not only does he not use a full team of fighting types, but he, unlike the other two I mentioned, actually has enough fighting types in his region to use a full team of fighting types, because he could have used Poliwrath and Primate alongside his two Hitmons and the Champ, and that would have filled out his five-man team very nicely. But and it's not like Rock covers any of well, okay, it does cover the flying type weakness, but eh, honestly, Thunder Punch could have done that. Ice Punch could have done that. Oh, wait. Hitmonchan was a physical attacker, and those were special moves back then, so yeah, I guess it does make sense. But it still don't call him a fighting type specialist when he doesn't really. Uh, they gave these underrepresented types to people when they never should have. They should have just stuck to the highly represented types like fire, water, grass, at least for the first game. Then they could have expanded to like fighting and flying and other crap in later generations. But yeah, and then there's Flint. Flint is the most egregious one because not only does he not specialize in fire types until like subsequent games, but there's literally not enough fire types in his region for him to specialize in fire type. Um, this isn't just a him thing. This is a, oh, we were lazy and didn't put the fire types you needed in. till platinum, and I don't know if his platinum team is full fire. Okay, yeah, his platinum team is full fire. So yeah, he could actually be considered a type specialist for this. But still, the point stands. Why did they do this so many different times? And I'm sure that there are other elite members that have this problem. These are just the four that I found. Um, yeah, just I'm glad they fixed this in later generations. Although BDSP was absolutely egregious for this because they kept the same decks that Diamond and Pearl had, rather than giving rather than giving Flint Magmortar and Houndoom and Flareon, they gave him his original two Steelixes and whatever. Oh, it was two Steelixes and a Drifloon. That's right, Drifloon rather. But yeah, they didn't have to do that. They could have given him Houndoom, Flareon, and Ninetales, or Houndoom, Flareon, and Magmortar. They could have done a million and one different things, but they didn't because they were lazy. Yet another reason why Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is the worst game in the entire Pokemon mainline series. But that's a rant for another day. Um, I will say that because of the fact that they finally figured out that making NPCs EV and IV trained was a good idea, Flint was actually a hard battle, especially in the subsequent battles after your first encounter. Yeah. Um, this is gonna be a short video, probably only about 5 minutes. Um, thank you guys again for 35 subs. I would like to do more videos like this. Um, let me know if you guys like this kind of video. I'm trying to move away from tier lists because honestly, those are like the most low effort content that I can think of, and I do like doing them, but at the same time, it takes it's like, why bother? I don't know. But yeah, this has been Delteros. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, don't be me, be better.